All right, all praise to the Most High God
Our praises.
and shalom.
Well,
All right, so today's class we're gonna get into is titled Parental Guidance. Parental Guidance. This is a class for we leaning on the milk right now, and this is a class for those parents in Israel who want to know how to bring up your child in the way of the Most High, the way the Most High intended for you to raise your child. You get away from Esau's understanding, from the world's understanding, and let's get into what the Most High designed, how to raise your child proper. So it's an oldie but goodie. You know, we have visited this topic before, but we getting back on it because it's never you can never go over a topic too much. You know, people need to hear this. So let's get this. Let's start in Proverbs chapter 22 and give me verse 6.
yeah, in the Proverbs chapter 20, verse 6, train up a child in the way he should go.
Train up a child in the way he should go. Remember, train up a child in the way he should go. Remember, the way that he should go is in the way of the Most High, the way of God's laws, the way of righteousness. Go ahead.
And when he is old, he will not depart from it.
When he is old, he will not depart from it. That is a promise from the Most High. When he is old, he will not depart from it. He will always remember this law. That's how the Most High deal with us. But that's how we have to deal with our children. I like to let people know we take our children lightly in this matter because we think, oh, this Bible, these scriptures are too hard for them to understand. But yet we'll let our children listen to the worst music. We'll let them watch the worst things on TV. We'll let them we expose them to things they shouldn't be exposed to, like things they see on a daily basis, like women out walking around half naked. Some women actually go around their sons with no shirt on. And they talk. Their conversation in front of their children is not censored,
Right.
and we think that our children cannot hear that, but children are like sponges. They soak up what they hearing, what they seeing. And when the Most High say train up in the way it should go, you got to understand. Get in front of this. Instill them with that law, because whatever you train them to do as a child, whatever you instill in them, that's what they're gonna be when they get older. So if you raising your child to around wickedness, your child could grow up to be wicked. So don't be thinking that this law is too hard for them. The Most High said, read that again up.
Proverbs chapter 22, verse 6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it.
Take that in. Train up a child in God's laws, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. He gonna always remember this law. Let's get Sirach 7. We're gonna try to get through it. So this is a little song for the parents in Israel. Knowing, be on your child quick with these laws. Don't hold back the laws. I hope I got that one scripture that talk with them. Talk about these scriptures with them. I don't want to just talk about it. I want to bring it out. Let's get Sirach 7 right now, though. Let's get Sirach 7 and verse 23.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 7, verse 23. Hast thou children? Instruct them, and bow down their neck from their youth.
So if you got children, instruct them. And get them young. I mean, be on their butts when little. Correct them when they mess up. Because that's gonna save their life. That's gonna save their life. Hit verse 24. We're gonna go ahead and hit that.
Verse 24. Hast thou daughters? Have a care of their body, and show not thyself cheerful toward them.
That means fathers, mothers, especially y'all mothers, cover your daughters. Don't be up there. People say they showing off. That's just the way they express themselves. The way they dress is the way they express themselves. Nah, kill that imagination. That's the imagination. That's the world. That's not God. Cover your daughter.
Right.
She need to have a dress on. She don't need her cleavage shouldn't be showing. She need to be modest. Same go with your sons. Teach your son to pull his pants up. Teach him that the way he presents himself to the world, the way people are gonna see him. That's why he's gonna get his respect. That's how people are gonna regard him. Teach them how to carry themselves. Here verse 20, here verse 23 again. No, you know what? Here verse 25.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 7, verse 25.
You know what? I'm probably let's move on. Let's do some correction for the child. Let's get Proverbs 23. And let's hit 13. We're not gonna get ahead. I don't want to get ahead of myself.
Proverbs chapter 23, verse 13. Withhold not action from the child.
If your child talking back to you, your child is acting out in school, anything that is unseemly, anything, correct them. Be quick to correct them because, go ahead on, read the rest of that.
For if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die.
If you correct him, he will not die. Because like if y'all catch Emmanuel's class, that correction is going to save that young correction, that early correction is going to stop them from making bad decisions in the future. You want to get in front of that. Like dealing with the police. If you gotta teach your children how to talk to the police. You gotta teach them how to carry themselves so that they don't get in trouble with the police. Sometimes we know some corrupt police officers out there gonna mess with you anyway. But you gotta instill them with the best understanding to avoid crossing the police at any time. Teach them how to talk to people. Teach them that when the police pull you over, hey, how you doing, officer? What's the problem? We check out this new thing that our people are learning from our enemies how to talk to the police, and we gotta remember they can do that. They tell us when the police pull up on you, take your ID out, sit on top of the car, and roll your window up. Man, look here, Jacob. That's Israel. Let your window down and talk to that man or woman, so you can go home. You don't got to escalate the situation. What's the problem? Sorry, officer. Oh, you gonna give me a ticket? Even though I may not deserve it. Okay, I'll take it. Go home. Teach your child. Let's get that again. Read that again for me, 13.
Withhold not correction from the child, for if thou beatest him with the rod, he shall not die.
Don't withhold correction from your child. Your child acts out, get him in line quickly. Once they beat him with the rod is figuratively and physically. That rod is that rod of correction. Correct your child. Sometimes it's necessary to go ahead and pull out that belt, turn that behind up, especially when they're children. So make sure they don't mess up again. Or on other times, that corrections is any form of punishment to get it through to them. Like, hey, I love you. That's how you say you're gonna read verse 14.
Thou shalt beat him with the rod, and shall deliver his soul from hell.
That's how you gonna save them from eternal damnation. If you can't honor your father and your mother, you can't honor God. That's why you gotta get them in order, because that's God need obedient children. God will destroy a wicked child. And it's proof. Well, what's that passage in the Bible? Scripture with our forefather. The children was making fun of him. Talking about go up, that bald head. They were making fun of him, and he cursed them. Most High sent two female bears after them children. Killed all them children. If their parents had taught them, you don't disrespect your elders, they'd probably be alive. They would have lived to see older age. So you got to correct your child. Let's move on.
Let me get a precept for the police. Exactly what you was about the police. Matthew 5 and 25. This is exactly how Christ told us how we should deal with the police.
All praises.
Let me read it.
I got you.
Okay.
Matthew chapter 5 verse 25. Agree with thine adversary quickly.
It say agree with them quickly. All this, my rights, my rights, my rights, my rights. It say agree with them quickly. Go ahead.
Whilst thou art in the way with him.
While you in the way with him, agree with them quickly, because what they really want to do to you, they might do to you, and is will it be worth it? Let them go ahead and write you the little ticket or whatever they finna do, check your bag or whatever. It's called harassment. We've been going through, every black man that been through this type of harassment. Go ahead.
Lest at any time the adversary deliver thee to the judge.
Because that's what he gonna do. Agree with them quickly, because all that my rights, he gonna do is deliver you to the judge. Go ahead.
And the judge deliver thee to the officer, and thou be cast into prison.
And you be cast into prison. That's is either that or death. That's also Christ is letting us know this is how we deal with them.
Christ covered all the bases. You arguing? Our people out here arguing with the police. Man, we done seen our brothers do this, and for some strange reason, but we know it's the curses. Our people, our brothers have been killed on camera, trying to stand up for their rights, and I'm gonna continue to do the same thing. Well, I say, nah, man, you pulled me over for running the stop sign. They want to argue with the police. Yeah, have you not learned? They gonna get away with it. All you gotta do it, man. Yeah, even if you're being wrongfully accused, like, look, all right, it is what it is.
Right.
Make it. Let's get home. Let's go to Proverbs 13 and 24.
That's what you teaching your children, how to make it home. Mm-hmm. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 24. He that spareth his rod hateth his son.
Let's say a man that will not discipline his child hates him. A mother that will not discipline a child hates him, because you don't care about their well-being. So don't spare the rod. Go ahead.
But he that loveth him, chasteneth him betimes.
I mean, that man that love his child. When his child get out of line, first thing on his mind is, I love this little so and so at the time. Whatever your emotions may be, I got to get him in order, because I want to see him or her make it, right. Him and her, or whatever the case is. If you don't correct your child, that is hatred. That's the same with the Most High. If the Most High, he don't correct people he don't love. I might have that. Let's keep it going though. So correct a man that loves his child, we're gonna correct him. That's every father. Every father gonna love his child. My brother was just talking about this earlier. A man gonna correct his child. Right. Gonna correct anybody that he looking after. He gonna correct them. That's love. Let's get Sirach 30 and 12.
Sirach, or the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 30 and verse 12.
This is the Most High kind of instructing you on how to whoop them, how to get your child on when you got to whoop them. You also know we in captivity. So then Esau getting real strict with I should say the enemy, so y'all know it's getting real strict with the laws of discipline. You can't even yell at your child a certain way no more. But they call it a cancel culture. Right. Well, that's for celebrities. But you can't at this point. We get to the point where just a simple grab of the collar in public. Esau on your head, man. He's abusive. That's a bad household. But they know what they really trying to do. Right. But let's go ahead. Let's get Sirach 30 and 12.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 30, verse 12. Bow down his neck while he is young.
Get him right. Get him. Start your child early. Don't worry about what nobody's saying. I'm sorry. I had a brother once. I deal with my son, and I had a brother. I talked to my son with sense. I want him to. I don't talk to him like no baby. Even when he was little, I talked to him like he was already developed. I had a brother listen to me, and he started making fun of me. And he said, "Yeah, hey." He started mocking me and making fun of the way I was talking to my son. But the scriptures told me, train him up young. And now, I'm not patting myself on the back, and I got a long way to go. Now my son is very articulate. They know how to talk to you. Your children know how to talk to you. They know how to talk to other people because you deal with them in a mature way. I should say it to put it lightly. Go ahead. Let's go ahead and get that.
Bow down his neck while he is young, and beat him on the sides while he is a child.
So most I say when you whoop them on the side, kind of there's a way to whoop your child. Whoop them on the side so that them bruises don't be showing on the backside and don't hit them on the legs, don't hit them in the back, don't punch them in the chest. Some of y'all mothers, especially y'all mothers, like to punch y'all children.
Right.
Gotta stop that. Don't slap them in the face. Don't choke them. Take your hand, little bird, get on that side.
That's real abuse.
Yeah, that's real abuse. That's basically just anger. Like you can't control your emotions. You up there whooping your child ass like I'm sorry, excuse my language. You whooping your child, beating your child like that, like they your enemy. Nah, it's a way. The Most High tell you how to do it. Go ahead.
And beat him on the sides while he is a child, lest he wax stubborn and be disobedient unto thee.
Because if you never correct him, eventually he gonna become strong-minded against you. He gonna think you can't tell him nothing. He gonna start to think he a man at 13. Walking around the house with his chest poked out. Like I'm a man. Don't pay no bills. Don't even do no real chores. Ain't got nothing going on. You gotta get them in order. That's why that correction is not. It's not just whooping. It's teaching them lessons, life lessons.
Right. Teach them their place. Teach them a child's place, and they will never depart from it. What is? Yeah, gonna wax stubborn. I know. When I was young, I grew up in a single mother home. I thought I was a man young. I got checked though. I got put in order. Go ahead. Verse 13. You go. Finish, be disobedient unto thee, and so bring sorrow to thine heart. Don't have you out here looking crazy when you get up when they reach that them 10 years and you ain't get them right when they was younger, because we seen it. They start off as about from 14 on up. They start smelling themselves, men, boys and girls, right. And they got you out here. You putting them in all kinds of programs, send them away to group home, boot camps, trying to go into friends and family, crying. I don't know what's wrong with them. Most I say you didn't nip it in the bud soon enough. Now you gotta deal with that man child or harlot that you got in your house. Now you gotta deal with that. Most I say get them right young, or they gonna wax stubborn. They gonna sometimes get to a point where they might even try to fight you. I'm saying, as fathers, understand something. You want to get your son in order early, because if you don't get him in order when he's a child, when he's young and he get older, remember something. Yeah, you're gonna get that old man strength at some point, but that's gonna fade. The older he get, the stronger he gonna get, the weaker you gonna get. And he try to fight you. You're gonna have to use all your energy to take his big self down. But no, real talk, you ain't trying for real. You don't want to be out here tussling with your son or your daughter. You want them to be in submission to you. You want them to understand who you are, and like the young man Emmanuel said in his class earlier, you want them to know what honor is. That no matter how old they get, you are still their parent. You still their parent. Many scripts touching on that. Let's set it on there. Oh yeah, Sirach 13. Yeah, hit 13. Verse 13. Chastise thy son and hold him to labor. Give your child something to do. They need to have chores, jobs in the house. Have them out there cutting the grass, painting the walls. Teach them. Give them a skill. Make sure they never have any idle time. Go ahead. Lest his lewd behavior be an offense unto thee. There you go. Lest his lewd behavior become an offense unto you. You're gonna start embarrassing you. Your child, your son, people gonna say, man, your daughter is lazy, trifling. No, give them something to do. Have your child busy throughout the day. No idle time. We as adults shouldn't have idle time.
Idle time bring forth sin. Let's get Sirach 30 and I'm confusing myself. Got the same. Go to Sirach 30 and 10. You're gonna jump up to verse 10.
Verse 10. Laugh not with him, lest thou have sorrow with him, and lest thou gnash thy teeth in the end.
Don't laugh at your child folly. Don't laugh when they do something that's something irresponsible, ignorant, disrespectful. You know, it's a fad going around. It's been going around for a while now. People had these little babies on the YouTube and Facebook, especially Facebook, and the baby talking back to the daddy and the mama, and everybody think it's so cute. You know what I'm saying? Especially little girls talking back to their mama, their daddy. The little boy walking around acting like he grown. They think it's cute. You are raising a monster. It's cute. You think it's not cute. I don't want to put that in nobody's head. But you think it's cute now. Wait till they a teenager and they talking to you like that. They know, and they not gonna, and no matter how serious you try to get with them, they gonna look at you like you crazy. They're like, if gonna get the point, they gonna look at you like, who are you talking to? No, you gotta kill that imagination. Them babies on the internet talking back to their parents ain't cute. The Most High said, the prophesied that this is gonna be children gonna be our oppressors. We up here look at all these little kids. Look how bad it's getting. Girls becoming friends, especially little girls friends with their mama, calling them they B. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? My mama is my B. What kind of mess is that? The hell is this? I had to do it. Let's get let's got a kid. Was it on that verse 10? Yeah, so they say you're gonna gnash your teeth in the end. Yeah. Because you're gonna be looking crazy, like, man, where did I go wrong? And your friends with sense gonna be like, you don't know where you went wrong. If you were Israelite in these commandments and congregation gonna be looking at you like you don't know where you went wrong. Right. That little demon, they don't want to say clarity like that. They be feeling that way. That little demon you raising, that's your fault. Too lenient on them. Some people. I had a conversation with someone one time, and they say, asking about these children what to do through every stage of life, and the idea was, okay, when they get older, when they want to start dating, what do we do? I don't want to be on my child head too much. Most I say be on them, and don't worry about them dating. That is not our way. You need to raise your child up in the way the Most High intended. We don't touch more now. Let's get how to raise a child. Let's jump up to verse 8.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 30, verse 8. And horse not broken become headstrong.
Horse not broken become headstrong. Y'all know anything about horses? Y'all know when they horses are very strong, powerful animals. And when you get them at that youth, you got to break them. Because a horse, if you don't break a horse, meaning break that spirit that they got, they will buck at you. They're going to hoof you. They're going to jump up, neigh at you. So they say a horse not broken become headstrong. As a baby horse, what do you think a big horse is going to do to you? You ain't going to be able to come nowhere near it. Go ahead.
And a child left to himself will be willful.
So that's what the Most High saying. You got to break that child, because you leave him to himself, you don't get him in order, he going to become the boss in his mind. He going to be the boss. I know we know about that young man that don't fear going in. He think he a man until somebody lay him out one day. He said, you got to break him. I mean, I know I don't want to sound like a broken record. I'm going to hit these scriptures. Be on them early. Parents, quit being afraid to correct your child. You love them, don't you? You want that good relationship, don't you? Well, the Most High said, a horse not broken become headstrong. Break them. And some people say, I don't want my child to be afraid of me. Yes, you do.
Right.
You won't be afraid to disrespect you. Let's get some more. Let's get verse 11.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 30, verse 11. Give him no liberty in his youth, and wink not at his follies.
This is the one I really wanted. Give him no liberty in his youth, meaning quit trying to give your child that space. Quit trying to, man, I don't want to be hovering over them. You know, quit trying to say, they want to go out on group outings or go on dates and stuff. Quit trying to appease them. You need to know where your child is at. Know where they at, know who they're with. If you got beat there with them, or you want to hang out with your friends, cool, I'll take you. We all gonna go to the mall together. And I'm gonna be right there with you. Always, but that's what that comes to that raising them. Don't give them no liberty. Especially when you know you got a child that's known for acting out. They need to be on a strong leash. Go ahead.
Verse 12.
Read that verse 11 again.
Verse 11. Give him no liberty in his youth, and wink not at his follies.
Wink not at his follies. Don't just turn a blind eye to the wickedness. Don't turn a blind eye to bad behavior. Don't turn a blind eye to when they doing things that are destructive, that can lead them to destruction. Don't just wink at it and not do anything about it. Your child struggle with pornography. Don't give them no computer. Take away the phone. No personal TV time. Y'all want to watch a movie, go on a family movie night, and then take your butt to bed. This is how you got to be on them, especially if you want to break that spirit. Hit verse 13.
Verse 13. Chastise thy son and hold him to labor.
We already hit that one, didn't we? So let's get into dealing with daughters. I know I had you in here. Let's get Sirach 7 and 24.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 7, verse 24. Hast thou daughters? Have a care of their body.
I know we hit this earlier, but have a care for their body. You should want your daughter to be covered. Go ahead.
And show not thyself cheerful toward them.
And don't take that lightly. Don't take that matter lightly. Their daughter should be covered up. It's no laughing matter. Get Deuteronomy 22 and 5. So make sure your daughter is always modest. So I put the word modest, meaning covered. The Bible dictionary definition for that is the Bible dictionary, which I don't know. We got a Bible dictionary. Modesty. I ain't really want to do. But it's on page 137. Modest mean, modest apparel. But let's get Deuteronomy 22 and 5.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
When it comes to your daughters, this is for Israel right here. Anybody, it's Israel. Your daughter and women in general should not be wearing pants. Okay? Your daughter should not be wearing pants. It's that the pants pertain to a man. You know what's funny about that? Now, as men, well, it used to be this way, but a lot of times have did some weird things. But realistically, it's not wrong for a man to wear tight pants. It used to be frowned upon heavily, especially amongst your pants so tight you can see just your business hanging out. But those are still pants. You know how they got that thing, man. Why you got on women's pants? It's actually not a thing. Women wear dresses. You know what I'm saying? Now, yeah, well, do we want to be out here wearing pants, that tight ass pants, looking like we got on basically what they call them, leggings?
Yeah. What they call
like jeans that look like jeans so tight they look like leggings.
What's the tight pants now?
I don't know. what we call IT. You part of the generation, man. I think he's asleep. How he gonna be working the computer and sleep? Let's get back to the class. But anyway, let's finish the script. The point is, women should not wear pants. Your daughter shouldn't be wearing no pants, no booty shorts. I don't understand these men. They be on their daughter's head. My daughter can't wear no makeup. Now that's you as a man. That's personal. Personally, I have a different opinion about that. But as I don't get on other men when it comes to their daughter wearing makeup. That's your daughter. But how you gonna be so headstrong about her wearing makeup, but then let her come out the house walking next to you in the grocery store, the mall, wherever y'all at, with some shorts up her ass? Right. I keep on cursing, using strong language. I'm sorry. That is what they call an oxymoron. That doesn't make any sense. You gotta be, if you're gonna be on your daughter being modest, go all the way. Right. Understand? Your daughter should be wearing no leggings, no pants, and no what's the better word for them? High-rise shorts. Is that what they call it? Or is it just booty shorts?
The booty shorts.
I've always just called it Daisy Dukes. There you go. I've always called them booty shorts. Yeah. But there's a better terminology for it. So let's get some more. So yeah, let's finish that verse 5.
Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So men shouldn't be. So your boys shouldn't be wearing purses. Shouldn't be wearing dresses. These boys wearing dresses now. That's weird. You can't tell these women to put on a dress. They get mad. But boys out here today is quick to put on a dress. Come on, I'm expressing myself. So the man cannot wear that which pertaineth to a woman. The man cannot wear that which pertaineth to a woman. Just a minute, y'all. I'll get on it.
You good.
And verse, so he said, for all that do so are an abomination unto the Lord thy God. So consider that. Say, y'all know the Most High considers that's cross-dressing. That's homosexual. The Most High considers homosexuality an abomination. So even if you out here don't consider yourself, and I'm talking about the women who wear pants, they don't consider themselves to be gay or lesbian, whatever y'all call it. And to the men, to the boys, just putting on purses, and some of them that are wearing dresses, some wearing lipstick. You are looked at as an abomination. You next to gay. You next to, no, not gay, because gay is not, that's not what gay means in the scriptures. I'm sorry. You are what's that word that the Most High use?
Effeminate.
You're effeminate. You're effeminate. Even if you don't think it. Let's get some more. Let's get Sirach 7 and 25. So yeah, yo, have your daughters out here dressed modestly, have your sons teach them to dress modestly. That's both boys and girls. Sirach 7 and verse 25.
Book of Sirach, chapter 7, verse 25.
And this is parental guidance. So this is how you deal with your children. Go ahead.
Marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter.
So it is the father's job to marry his daughter off. So fathers, you should take strong, and mothers step aside. Quit trying to stop your father, the men from watching who their daughters want to be with. It is a man's duty to marry off his daughter. But let's get some more. Let's get the full understanding. Go ahead.
But give her to a man of understanding.
But you're supposed to, when you marry your daughter off, you're supposed to give her to a man that keeps God's laws. When I say keep God's laws, I'm not talking about no Israelite who's aware that they're Israelite. I'm talking about they keep God's laws through and through. That's the man that you give your daughter to. It said if you marry her, you have performed a weighty matter because you have to give her. This is a thorough investigation. You got to give her to a man of understanding. Don't just be letting your daughter go out here. That's why dating is not a thing in Israel. It is the father's job to carry off his daughter and to approve of the man that she's with. He has to be a man of understanding. Let's move ahead. Let's go to Sirach 42 and 11. So 42 and 11. Make sure I'm on.
Sirach chapter 42 and verse 11.
We're dealing with daughters right now and parental guidance. Go ahead.
Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter.
You know your daughter ain't right. You keep a sure watch over her. You know she known for getting some foolishness. Your parents quit letting quit being so lenient on them. Quit letting them. If you know they can't stay off the porn sites or whatever, or they can't stop talking to boys on the internet, or you know they just can't stay. Why would you allow them to have these things? No computers, no phones. Most I say keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter. That means she has no shame. She don't mind looking like a hoe, a harlot. She out here already having sex in her father's house. She probably about to get pregnant. She probably had STDs. Most I say keep a sure watch over her. Don't let her out your sight. Go ahead.
Lest she make thee a laughing stock to thine enemies.
We done seen that, haven't we? People talking about you. Man, his daughter, let me put it like this. It's so bad to the point where some of the men now talking about you have slept with your daughter. Making fun of you. You got to have your foot on their neck, not physically. Don't. Some people take stuff too. Meaning, have them on a short leash. Get your daughter in order if you love her. Go ahead.
And a byword in the city.
They're going to call you all different types of names. Go ahead.
And a reproach among the people.
Go ahead.
And make thee ashamed before the multitude.
Have you out here embarrassed. You're going to be embarrassed to even go out. People going to say, hey, man, I seen your daughter at the, y'all, that's not my daughter. I don't, you sure it was my daughter? Keep a sure watch over her. To keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter. Let's get to verse 11. Sirach 42 and 11.
We just read it.
I just read. Am I backtracking? Must be sleepy. Let's go dealing with sons. Let's get Sirach 30 and 3. My bad, y'all.
Book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 30, verse 3. He that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy.
So what that means is if you teach your son, you're grieving the enemy. Meaning, you know what the enemy is capable of. And you are preparing your son, protecting them against all the wickedness that they have to prepare for in the world. That's love. Say a man that teaches his son and his daughter, teaches them righteousness. You grieve the enemy because you know the enemy, how wicked the enemy is. So you prepare them. You teach them how to move. You teach them what to expect. You teach them what to do and what not to do. That way, when the time comes for their trials, they're going to pass with flying colors. That's love. Was that on that?
And before his friends, he shall rejoice of him.
And that's in contrast to what we were saying earlier. Before your friends, and you teach your son grieving the enemy, before your friends, you're going to be proud of your sons and daughters. They're going to be an example. People going to praise you. People going to praise you for that. Let's get 1 Kings. So keep your son. Grieve the enemy. Let's get 1 Kings chapter 2, start at 1. Y'all get an example. I hope this is the right one. Yeah.
The book of 1 Kings, chapter 2, verse 1.
This is how we all should deal with our children. Go ahead.
Now the days of David drew nigh that he should die. And he charged Solomon his son, saying,
So David commanded his son, Solomon, and he said this to him. Go ahead.
I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong, therefore, and show thyself a man.
He basically told him, son, I'm about to die. Now I'm leaving you. I done raised you right. Be strong and show thyself a man. You know the whole duty of man. Verse 3.
And keep the charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes and his commandments and his judgments and his testimonies, as it is written in the law of Moses.
So it said, keep all the laws of Moses. Keep all the laws that Moses gave to the people. Teach your son this. This is what David told Solomon before he died. He had to just remind him how he's supposed to be doing. Go ahead.
That thou mayest prosper in all that thou doest, and whithersoever thou turnest thyself.
So he said, this is how you're going to prosper. So when you talk to your children, teach them to keep the laws. Command them that they keep the laws. And this is how they're going to prosper. Go ahead.
Verse 4, that the Lord may continue his word which he spake concerning me, saying, if thy children take heed to their ways.
So if your children take heed to their way, go ahead.
To walk before me in truth.
To walk before God in truth, keeping his laws. Go ahead.
With all their heart and with all their soul, there shall not fail thee, said he, a man on the throne of Israel.
If you teach your children to fear God, to walk in his laws, statutes, and commandments, they will never fail. Why said train them up young in the way they should go. That's what David told Solomon. You know, he said, you will never fail following God. You will never fail following the laws. I'm talking y'all, Israel, y'all coming in. So some of y'all just now coming to these laws. Some of y'all, maybe y'all about to have y'all first child. Maybe you don't. These are instructions. These are instructions. Everything you learn in this law, teach it to your child. Teach it to them. Let's get some more. Let's get Sirach 30 and 4.
Book of Sirach 30 and verse 4. Though his father die, yet he is as though he were not dead.
You want to be to the point where when you pass away, it will be you raise your child right. If you raise your child right and follow the instruction that they gave you, when you pass on, your child, your daughter, your son, because your daughter after her mother, your son after the father, it's going to be like you never died. That spirit, that righteous spirit that you had is going to be on them. Go ahead.
For he have left one behind him that is like himself.
Well, he left one behind that's like himself. That's how you want him to be. Now, if you wicked as you don't want that. But you want them to be, that's how you got to treat, that's how you got to do it. Let's get Sirach 3 and 4. We'll move through them. Sirach 3 and 4.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 3 and verse 4.
Let's get this one, yeah.
And he that honoreth his mother is as one that lay up treasure.
I'm sorry. Verse 3.
Verse 3. Whoso honor his father maketh atonement for his sins.
So atonement is a sacrifice. You honor your father, that's you making a sacrifice for your sins. Honor your father, that clears up sin, because like I said, you honor your father, you're gonna honor your heavenly father. That's who the Most High wants. The Most High like those kind of children. Let's get Titus 2. And start at verse 1. And there's parental guidance. So that's why we hitting these certain scriptures. Go ahead.
The book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 1. But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine.
So a man is always supposed to speak sound doctrine as God's doctrine. That's what always supposed to be in your mouth. Well, your doctrine should be God's laws. That's sound doctrine. Go ahead.
That the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, in patience.
These are all the things you need as a man, period. But when you dealing with your children, you have to be sober, brave. You have to be tempered. Your temper has to be in order. You got to be sound in faith. Your faith has to be strong, and you have to be loving, and you have to be patient. Patience is a big thing, mothers and fathers and mothers in Israel. You and your patience possessing your soul. You ain't getting nowhere without patience. Okay. Let's get one. Let's get Sirach 3 and 4.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 3, verse 4. And he that honoreth his mother is as one that layeth up treasure.
I'm sorry, like I said, that's sleep chicken. I went to the wrong one. Titus 2. Yep, Titus 2. Jump down to verse 6. My fault, y'all.
Titus chapter 2 and verse 6.
It wasn't something right.
Young men likewise exhort to be sober-minded.
So you have this young men, your children, your boy, you're raising them up. They have to be exhorted to be sober-minded, always in the right mind. That's sober men, always in your right mind. Go ahead.
In all things, showing thyself a pattern of good works.
All things, everything they do have to be a pattern of good works. Go ahead.
In doctrine, showing uncorruptness, gravity, sincerity,
verse 8,
sound speech that cannot be condemned.
Teach your sons and daughters, teach them to have sound speech that cannot be condemned. Go ahead.
That he that is of the contrary part may be ashamed, having no evil thing to say of you.
You want to raise your child to the point where that no one should be able to say any evil thing about them. Because that evil thing they say can reflect on you. Let's get some more. So it all comes down to this: how you raise your child, is how you deal with your sons and your daughters. But you need to lead by example. Get Colossians 3 and 21. Colossians chapter 3 and verse 21.
The book of Colossians chapter 3, verse 21. Fathers, provoke not your children to anger, lest they be discouraged.
So his fathers got to understand, like, because when I say discipline your child, yes, but also understand, don't be abusive. And some of those fathers have to be make sure we don't cross that line. Don't be abusive. And when they say provoking not to anger, make sure that whatever you teaching them, you are doing the same. There ain't nothing more hurtful than somebody teaching you something and you growing up and find out that they wasn't about what they was teaching. Children, we've all probably been there. Children that destroys them because you're the person that they look up to. So if you're gonna push this word, be about this word. On that,
yeah.
Let's get Ephesians 6. We're gonna start at verse 1.
Book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 1. Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right.
Remember, your child, we talk about example, your child is looking after you. So you teach them to obey you. You want them to have that discipline to obey you in everything. Obey them in the Lord, meaning they obeying you in law. That's the law of the Lord. Go ahead.
Verse 2. Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise.
That promise is in Exodus, that your days will be long. That days gonna be. That's how this. You gotta teach your children that honoring you, honoring the father and mother. That's how their days are gonna be eternal. That's eternal life. Go ahead, verse 3.
That it may be well with thee, and thou mayest live long on the earth.
That's how they're gonna be well. Let's get this last one. That's how they're gonna live long upon the earth. Let's get Sirach 3. Gonna end it on this one. Sirach 3 and start at 3.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 3, verse 3. Whoso honor his father make an atonement for his sins.
Go ahead.
And he that honor his mother is as one that labor of treasure.
Get verse 5.
Whoso honor his father shall have joy of his own children.
You gotta teach them that. You gotta teach your children that this is generational. The righteousness is generational. If you teach them to honor you and you raise them up in this law, they're gonna pass that down to their children, and that's how they're gonna have enjoyment of their own children. You're teaching them how to provide a good life, how to be happy. You're teaching them how to please the Most High God. Go ahead.
Whoso honor his father shall have joy of his own children, and when he maketh his prayer, he shall be heard.
So say, your father, you got the Most High hear those that honor their father. So when the Most High, you see you a good child, and you have honored your father and your mother, he gonna bless you with that same love. So y'all ever heard that when we was younger, our parents said, the way you treat me is the way your children gonna treat you?
Yeah,
that's a true saying. Yeah. So this is where it comes from. Go ahead.
Verse 6. He that honoreth his father shall have a long life.
That's eternal life. Go ahead.
And he that is obedient unto the Lord shall be a comfort to his mother.
So he that is obedient to the Lord is going to be a comfort to his mother, because your mother, she was in labor with you. So that's how you comfort her, because she say, I spent all that time in labor with you. You grew up to be messed up. She was in pain. But seeing you live a righteous life, that's going to be her comfort. So this is what you teach your children. Go take I'll pray the edification went out. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, I pray the edification went out, and that you apply, study and apply, take notes, and remember God's laws. Let's get Matthew 26.
The book of Matthew, chapter 26, verse 6. Now when Jesus was in Bethany, in the house of Simon the leper, there came unto him a woman having an alabaster box of very precious ointment, and poured it on his head as he sat at meat. But when his disciples saw it, they had indignation, saying, to what purpose is this waste? For this ointment might have been sold for much and given to the poor. When Jesus understood it, he said unto them, why trouble ye the woman? For she hath wrought a good work upon me. For ye have the poor always with you, but me ye have not always. For in that she hath poured this ointment on my body, she did it for my burial. Verily I say unto you, wheresoever this gospel shall be preached in the whole world, thus shall also this, that this woman have done, be told for a memorial of her.
That's the memorial of Mary Magdalene. Whenever this word come out, her memorial come out. So all praise to the Most High God. With that, I'll say shalom.